Straps on. This is Jeff syncing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whee! There, that's a good thing to come back on.
Right, I am going to start recording. That do it? No, that didn't do it. This did it. Right, I'm going to have to do it in clips of about an hour, so I'll keep an eye on that.
Okay.
And this is John syncing for the first time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I like the way you say like hour, like we're going to be here for a long time.
I reckon we're going to be here for at least an hour.
Hello.
Although I do have Injustice to go play, so.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
How do I target? Because
you press Y on me.
Y.
Yes.
Oh yes, there we go. Raven's Cry. Why Raven's Cry?
I've got a bit of a Raven Guard thing going on at the moment.
Fair enough. Hello and welcome to this FBF Let's Play of Elite Dangerous. Jeff and I are back in our own ships.
Yay!
I'm here in the Leaf on the Wind and Jeff's over there in Raven's Cry. And we're going to go out and fight us some crime.
Yes. Do we want to go to unexplored signal sources, or do you want to try luck at the mining sites?
I think we usually have a good shot of just like going to the. And we've done both. Should we try the mining?
We'll try the mining.
I want to see you jump to Super Cruise first.
All right. Are you watching?
I'm behind you.
Good. Do you remember in X-Wing when that was the game? There was a button in that. I think it was that game. It was either that or Wing Commander. There's a button that would actually make you match speed with your target.
I do remember that, actually, yes. That's a very useful button. I missed that button.
Are you watching?
Hyperdrive
I've missed this ship. I've missed this ship.
Well, apparently I wasn't close enough to see the... You just kind of went.
Did it make a cool little pooh sound effect?
No, apparently I wasn't actually close enough. I just kind of see your wake be all wibbly, and then it just suddenly goes straight.
We'll find a signal source and we can try that again. What would be cool? What might be interesting? Can you do it from outside?
No. As soon as it starts the countdown, it yanks you back into the ship.
But if you're watching me do it from outside.
Well, that's a good point. I suppose it would work if I was watching you from free camming.
We'll try that when we get to a when we find a signal source. We'll try that, shall we?
Yeah. Only problem I have got at the moment is I can't see you.
Oh. That is indeed a problem. I'm going to head back to the station. So we head back to the station and try this again?
No. No. Is there a mining thing around here?
I'm
not seeing one, actually.
not seeing one. I think we had to go to a different system last time.
Let's try that.
There's Exceeds Wing. There's G12530. I think that was one, wasn't it?
G12530 sounds good to me. Locking and engaging hyperdrive.
Yeah, this might be useful. Because ever since they announced the camera and you did that trailer, I was wondering, can you film me going to hyperspace?
I think that's the only way you'd be able to do it, because...
Yeah. Oh, you just jumped out as well?
Yep. So, we've got some stuff to talk about while we're going.
We have indeed.
MCM was good.
MCM was amazing. I'm sorry I couldn't be there on the Saturday.
Yeah, well, we'll forgive you this time.
Did anything happen on the Saturday?
Dave backflipped off the table and broke his back.
That sounds familiar.
There's Jeff.
Hey, there's John. Alright, so let's see what we have. Resource extraction sites. That looks promising. So we're going back here because nothing bad happened last time we tried this.
Ever. Nothing bad ever happened. The high one, or?
Not the high one. The not high one.
Not the high one.
Yes.
Okay. No, hopefully. We are recording this pre-Comic-Con, in case that's not clear. No, I think it's been should be a pretty interesting weekend. We've got some big, exciting plans being excitedly planned and scribbled out and scribbled through.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Hopefully I'm going to be...
We've got some things in the works with our friends at Tiny Nights as well.
We do indeed. Hopefully, I'm going to be spending this weekend, or at least some of Sunday, making more fridge magnets.
Mm-hmm. I've got my own plans for this weekend for things to do for con.
I'm still going incredibly quickly. I'd like to not be.
Think you're about to overtake me?
Please slow down. Please, ship. Slow down. Destiny 2.
Yes.
At time of recording, the gameplay reveal was last night.
Did you watch it?
I didn't.
I saw bits of it.
I didn't watch it live.
Yeah, I saw bits of the trailer afterwards.
I have watched the trailer. It is up on the website.
Yep.
And
that's an impact notice. I want to watch out for that.
I think it's on the other side of the planet from where I am.
Did you see anything completely new in that trailer?
The trailer doesn't make it look like there's a lot that's changed.
I mean, gameplay style, it still looks like as you would expect. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I'm okay with that. The gameplay was fine. There were elements to it that weren't the gameplay. Like the things I would want to change were not gameplay related.
Actually, I do have something I want to talk about later on. You just reminded me, so yeah, we'll leave time for that afterwards. I made it. So yeah, carry on, but you just reminded me of something I did want to talk about later on.
No, the elements... Oh, poop.
I see no John.
I forgot that I used to have the Y button on my controller set up to drop hyper jump.
And it no longer drops hyper jump?
It no longer does that. It now does...
Did you crash into something?
Retargeting. I didn't crash. I did frame shift cancel. So I've got to wait for it to recharge.
Yeah, it says you're in deep space.
Because I suddenly, as I was going into safely drop out, I suddenly retargeted on the planet.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of floating here somewhat above the...
Oh, you're in a wing 303. I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do.
No, now I'm too close. Fudge.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Well, the problem is, I've done this... I've dropped out too close to the planet.
Yeah.
And so now I've got to try and get away from the planet, but also be able to get back to the resource extraction site.
Yes.
Without going too far. And we were, obviously, because I was trying to drop out at the resource extraction site, I was fairly close to both the resource extraction site and the rings that the resource extraction site is in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the moment, if you just want to wait there for 2 days, I'll be right there.
In the meantime, let's go back to Destiny 2. That's what we were doing.
There's new zones. So there's going to be 4 new zones.
Yeah.
One of them is going to be in Europe.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
And it's going to be the first place that we go to. It's going to feature the social area, as well as, from the looks of it, the sort of the same amount of stuff as the Cosmodrome. It's going to be that sort of first area you go to.
I wonder what the main hub is going to be this time.
It's where we're mounting our resistance to take back the tower.
Yeah.
Because obviously the tower's been destroyed. The Traveller is
He's
being
in
held
bits.
hostage. No,
I'm interested in the story of it. I'm very interested in the story though, because it seems to be like a lot more open than the previous story. You've got the 3 faction heads, and they're all like doing their own thing basically.
They're all going after Gil, Gary,
Glenn, something beginning
Glenn.
with G.
Something beginning with G.
That's
so
good.
the Europe zone, I don't know if you saw this, is going to be twice the size of any of the maps we saw in Destiny 1.
Okay. Yeah.
Then
I was trying to remember how big the maps were, and I don't remember them being all that big. Yeah. Go, carry on.
Right. I'm finally dropping out.
I see you jumped. You're way ahead of me.
I kind of overshot a little a couple of times.
Yeah.
We're going to be going to Titan,
Oh yes.
the moon of Saturn.
Yep.
That's going to be where Zavala has decided to hole up. Shall I head over towards you, or?
You stay around because I'm coming. You're a lot closer than I am, so I'll be there eventually.
Okay, I'll go and start looking at people here.
Yeah.
So that's where Zavala's hanging out.
Yep.
It was a human utopia built before the collapse and is slowly sinking into a sea of methane. So that sounds like fun. Planetoid Nessus is where we're going to find Cade 6.
Yay.
It's a Vex-occupied planet. The Vex have transformed it into a machine world. You can expect some vast canyons covered in lush native vegetation to play around in, making it sound a lot like Venus in Destiny 1.
Oh yeah.
And then that's as much information I've actually got on the screen at the moment. So Akora is going to be somewhere else.
I'm interested to see how like the whole Guardian thing is going to work, because the whole point was the Guardian got their powers from the Traveller.
Yes, and obviously that's what they're saying is why we don't have our levels anymore.
Yeah.
Like obviously we don't have our loot, we don't have our gear because
We don't have our gear because that was
they
in the
blew
tower.
the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're also pointing out, don't mention that there was another social area, another 2 by the end. Because obviously, you know, you had
You had 3 in the end, didn't
the
you?
Ra,
You had
the
the reef, the tower, and the what do we call it? The iron.
Yeah,
That place, the mountain,
them guys.
which I still never managed to get up.
I'm just watching
Also-
a 9 heavy that's resource extracting.
One thing I am interested in now
Yeah.
is how do the ghosts work now?
Yeah. These are all questions.
These are all questions. Because the whole point was the ghost would resurrect you, but the ghost got his power from the Traveller.
Certainly did.
So yeah, lots of interesting stuff there. It's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see where they take the story.
Have you seen the new classes? Well, I say new classes. The new subclasses.
I haven't had a chance yet.
All lasers.
I imagine it's all different than before. Whee! That's a big asteroid.
Are you near me at all?
I'm 45 clicks behind you.
Okay, I've got a target.
I see lots of mining lasers.
I'm taking part in a fight.
I take it he just got security on him.
Yep, 62,000.
Cool.
Jojo Nujon.
No, John.
Nujon.
See what else we've got here.
More lasers.
Yay.
That's a security guy, so what's he shooting at?
So, the other day I was having a thought. Do you remember
the
news item in particular was the one we saw where they said that BioWare was being moved to a different role? It wasn't really a big development studio, it was moving to like a maintenance studio. Do you remember that story?
I do recall that story, yes.
And there was a lot of speculation as to whether this was because EA wasn't happy with the reception of Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yep.
And my thought was, why is that? Because I love Mass Effect Andromeda and you love Mass Effect Andromeda.
Correct. How do I put my guns away?
Press U.
Cool.
So it got me thinking, because BioWare used to be the best studio for story-based gaming.
Yep.
You had Mass Effect 2 was obviously the big one, and you had Dragon Age. You had Knights of the Old Republic.
Jade Empire, Knights of the Old
Jade
Republic.
Empire, yeah. And it got me wondering, has the market changed? Do people care more about gameplay rather than story nowadays?
I think definitely. I think it's. I think the way of telling the story in the game has probably changed.
I'm about to question to you. There you go. I'm here.
I noticed.
Yes.
Lasers. I'm seeing lasers.
And the other thing I was thinking,
Jeff.
Oh right, okay, you're up there. Because I was thinking about different game studios and the way they tell their stories. Oh, okay. This looks like it might be interesting. And
I've got a target of hell.
I've got him, and he's attacking you. And I'd like to shoot him before. I've just got a hit on him. I'm getting the bounty. Bye bye. Yay, that's $6,000 on the thing. So yeah, quick quiz, kind of quiz. If I tell you a company, you tell me whether you think they're more story-based or gameplay-based, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
So, Bungie.
Gameplay.
Ubisoft.
Story.
Blizzard.
Ooh. Difficult to say.
I would say gameplay for that one, and I'll tell you why. In StarCraft 2, and it's the same with Bungie as well, the app, the loading menu for StarCraft 2 has a specific entry for campaign, solo campaign, and another one for multiplayer.
Right.
And I've noticed that games that emphasise the multiplayer and seem to have the campaign tacked on, they're always the ones that seem to be like gameplay based. Like you got Call of Duty, that's obviously like in multiplayer.
Yeah.
Whereas you come to things like Mass Effect and you come to things like Dragon Age, they don't have a specific entry for campaign, or they don't have a specific entry for multiplayer. The multiplayer is more like the secondary part of it. So yeah, just got me wondering, are people complaining about games like Mass Effect and Watch Dogs because they don't like the gameplay of it? This is the sort of thing I start thinking about when
when you're bored.
When I'm bored, yes.
So, do you want to hear quickly about the Destiny 2 characters?
Go on then.
Because obviously there's Warlock and Titan and the third guy. Hunter.
Hunter. Yes, which I am. Thank
Nobody
you very
cares
much.
about those.
No, they don't care. Grrr. Hunter's best class.
The Warlock is going to be getting a new solar class.
Oh, excuse me.
I can't remember the names of any of these, but they've all got those.
Okay, yeah.
because names are important. But the solar class for the warlocks is going to involve them raining down the power of the sun from the skies on wings of flame.
Cool.
Which sounds pretty damn cool.
Why are there
Are there no enemies around?
Ooh.
No, I'm not seeing any. The hunters... Actually, no, I'll save the hunters. The Titans are going to get a big shield.
Ooh.
And when I say a big shield, I don't just mean like the bubble force field. I mean they're going to have a shield.
An actual shield.
An actual shield, which they can either use to do the bubbly force fieldy goodness, or they can fling it Captain America style-y.
Cool.
Which is their Void class. And then the Hunters are going to be getting a electrical-based class.
I think there's a fight going on over here, by the way.
Heading that way.
There's lots of lasers all shooting at the same thing. It looks like there's definitely something going on.
Matching course. The Hunters are going to have a class, electrical-based, that involves them darting from character to character in a much similar way to the Blade Dancer.
Okay.
But instead of a sword or a knife, they're going to have a bow staff.
Cool.
The lasers appear to have stopped, unfortunately.
No, but there is something else out here. There's this guy. Matthias Hellstrand.
That sounds a great name.
With the Quarrelsome Sepulchre.
Is he
He's a
wanted?
baddie. He's a baddie.
I'm about 5 kilometers away from you.
Okay. I will try and keep him busy.
Closing fast. Wow, closing.
I haven't used this thing for a while.
Just remembered I had a boost. Closing a bit faster.
Oh, he's scanning me. I'm holding nothing, thank you very much. Next time you should fill your hold with gold. Using the Python,
Ready?
so this could be quite lucrative. Go for it.
Come on. Turn out a bit more. Oh, and one of the big things that people have been cheering about with Destiny 2 is no more going back to orbit.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how that's going to actually work in the game, but
That means you don't get your cool ships.
I'm assuming there's going to be something with the ship.
Your shield's nearly down. I've just remembered what I love about multi-cannons.
Is it they
They
shoot a
don't
lot of...
swallow your energy.
Yeah. Lasers are really energy hungry.
I saw this last time.
They're really good at shields, though.
And these things are really good at get out of my way, you're in my way, you're in my way, you're in my way. Come on, boy. Come on.
Ow!
Hey, that's more like it. That is more
Ow.
like it. You get you.
I think I crashed into some of his
It's cargo.
cargo remains.
Well, got a nice chunk of stuff out of it.